Hi, I'm Travis.
And I'm Emma.
This is Bestie Approved.
Hello.
What's the last?
It's been so long.
How's it? I guess it has
Since
been
we
for
recorded.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks because I was sick.
Yeah.
I feel really annoying because the last thing I listened to was yet again Pierce the Veil, but it's a cover of Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. It's
If you like it, I love it.
I was just on my walk.
Where was my last song? It was... You know what, fuck it. It was Body High by Mike Taylor. Yeah, the last song I listened to was Body High by Mike Taylor.
Beautiful.
Here we go. So we have a lot today. Today's gonna be a wild ride. Do you want to start with?
Yeah.
Well, let's start with so the last update our dear listener got about you was that you didn't get to go to Louisiana.
Yeah. Okay, so my car is fixed now. Thank God. Because it's 1,000,000 degrees outside and I was literally dying. And I was just picturing myself like picking Jack up from school every day and it being 1,000,000 degrees the hottest part of the day and no AC in my car. And now I don't have to do that, which is beautiful. Today is Jack's first day of school, first day of first grade.
Yay. How are you doing with that? How do you feel about that?
I'm sad.
Are you?
Yeah. I asked my mom when it's going to get better, like when does it not feel so sad? And she was like, high school. So
Really? I feel like it would inherently feel more sad in high school because it's like that we're almost there. Like this is almost over.
Yeah, but like you have a bratty teenager who's going from a sophomore to a junior. It's like, okay. She did say you feel the same feeling again at college, obviously. But yeah. So last pregnancy update I gave, I was only like 19 weeks or something.
I think August was the size of a papaya at the last one.
Oh. So it was 2 weeks ago. So I was probably like 20 weeks.
Yes. You were measuring it. You were 19 weeks, but you were measuring at 20. Yes.
Yeah. I'm 22 weeks now. And I take back everything I say about feeling mostly normal. I feel like shit.
Hate that.
I was sick for a couple weeks. A week, really. And then the back pain began. Mm-hmm. I have scoliosis, dear listener. It's pretty mild, honestly, but it sucks when I'm pregnant.
Oh, I bet.
Because, like, your spine stretches out.
Right. And, like, are you bending forward when you're pregnant? Like, 'cause you feel like you're leaning forward, right? Is that?
Well, yes and no. Like, you can keep your posture, but you're so misshapen, and also your joints are more flexible than they're supposed to be, really, because your body releases this hormone that I think I've talked about before that loosens up all of your joints. It can't just like target your uterus. It's everything.
Oh, is this like the reason why a lot of women have problems with calcium or like their bones after they have a baby or like their teeth and stuff? Is that
they're not
related at all?
Eating enough calcium, probably.
Okay.
But it is why like you'll hear some women talk about going up a shoe size after they have a baby and stuff like that. It's like everything spreads out. All of your bones.
Really?
Yeah.
That is fucking wild.
So I have scoliosis and I have hip issues, and they don't appreciate that at all. Yeah, that's the biggest update, really. I'm excited for my belly band to arrive. It's me, my heating pad, and my maternity pillow against the world.
What's a maternity pillow?
It's like basically a huge U-shaped body pillow so that you don't lay on your back because you're supposed to stay on your side, and also you can put it in between your legs so like your hip is supported while you're sleeping.
Oh, I love this.
It is so comfortable, and I got this one that's like supposed to stay really cold, and it actually does. It's like that material that's like perpetually 10 degrees colder than the room. Love her.
Do you want to know something else I don't understand?
That
technology.
fabric,
I
don't know either.
I don't know, because I had sheets that did that once, and consistently 15 degrees colder than the rest of my room.
It makes me so extremely happy. Oh, right, because I need everything to be freezing cold.
Mm-hmm.
My house is freezing cold. Mm-hmm. If I could set it to 66 degrees, I would do that. But we've agreed that the house minimum is 68, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. And also, I can't hear anything.
You can't.
I can't.
Right. So,
and I didn't even know that was a thing.
So, dear listener, the last time I was over at Emma's house, we were watching, it was Modern Family or something, just something for background noise before we recorded. And I already get overstimulated as it is, but like the TV was so loud, and like I kept saying to myself, it's got to be me. Surely I'm the problem. Like, surely to God, I just think it's too loud. And I said to Emma, can you turn it down like just a hair? And I look, and it was up at like 32 or something insane like that. Yeah. And I was like, oh, it's just really loud. And then she turns it down to like 28, and then she's like, I can't hear it now.
I literally can't. I don't know. I just like, I didn't even know this was a thing for me, but apparently I did this when I was pregnant with Jack too, where I just had everything loud as shit. Like, I think I talked about living with my mom when I was pregnant. Mm-hmm. She said, like, she couldn't hear her own TV upstairs if I was watching TV downstairs because I just can't hear anything. And my theory is the increase in blood flow. I think it's blocking my hearing.
I just Googled it, and hearing loss and tinnitus can occur in pregnancy due to hormonal and circulatory changes, as well as other medical conditions.
I do have tinnitus, I found out, unfortunately.
It's like the ringing in the ear, right?
Yeah, okay. Mine is not a ringing in my ear. My ears do ring a lot, mm-hmm. but the one I get every single day and like multiple times a day is like a thumping. Feels like my eardrum is like being triggered by something, but there's no noise. It feels like a heartbeat almost.
The way I would like go and poke my eardrum out with a Q-tip, I could not handle that. There's no way.
It's not like constant for me, so it's not bad. I know people have it like really, really bad and all the time. Yeah, it is annoying though. It feels weird.
I feel weird like hearing that out loud. Like I'm uncomfortable with that.
When you have water in your ear. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah, it's like I have to get earplugs for when I swim because I cannot handle that feeling. Like yeah, it's the most uncomfortable feeling.
Oh my God. Last time I went swimming, I had water in my ear for like 6 hours. Like, we came home from swimming, and I was like, dang, I really can't get this water out of my ear. Uh-huh. And I woke up from literally sleeping in the middle of the night, and the water was still in my ear. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get an ear infection. And so I literally hung my head off the side of my bed like a bat until it came out. And it finally did. And the relief from that is really an amazing feeling.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. We have a lot today. Where do you start? You want to start with... Oh, fun fact. We got listeners in Australia and Argentina recently.
Love
that.
The A's. The A countries.
We can work our way down the alphabet.
I love that.
I've never been to Argentina. We could do that too.
I've never been anywhere in South America. I've only been to Central America.
Yeah.
I would love to go.
I would too. Next is Brazil, because that's a B.
There are other B's. Belize,
Bolivia. Belgium. We have a listener in Belgium.
So we already have a B.
Yes, we have a B. It's time for C. Okay. We can start with the heavy thing first. And I went back and forth about talking about this, but... And I actually wrote out a little script because, like, I don't know. It's a lot. So buckle up. In the past, I've taken the position that I want to keep the show lighthearted and fun to avoid talking about some of the real issues that we have going on in our country right now. And I think that's an irresponsible choice today. earlier this week, on Tuesday, August 5th, the Department of Homeland Security announced a new partnership with the state of Indiana to expand ICE detention facilities with what we're calling the Speedway Slammer in Indiana. Kristi Noem posted a statement on Twitter about Indiana's version of Alligator Alcatraz, saying, "Today, we're announcing a new partnership with the state of Indiana to expand detention bed space by 1,000 beds. Thanks to Governor Braun for his partnership to help remove the worst of the worst out of our country. If you were in America illegally, you could find yourself in Indiana's Speedway Slammer. Avoid arrest and self-deport now using the CBP Home app." Governor Mike Braun gave the following statement to Fox News. "We're proud to work with President Trump and Secretary Noem as they remove the worst of the worst with this innovative partnership. Indiana is taking a comprehensive and collaborative approach to combating illegal immigration and will continue to lead the way amongst states." Before we go any further, what are your thoughts?
Boo. I literally just don't understand it. We have literal murderers and pedophiles and people like that, and you're saying the worst of the worst are people who are seeking asylum?
It's the thing that really stood out to me. Well, because I'm not gonna lie, I spiraled over this yesterday. I woke up, I saw this on TikTok, and
Well, it's so triggering.
Yeah, I was for the next 4.5 hours, I was putting this together because I was so mad. It is the way they talk about these men, women, and children is the most dehumanizing, disgusting rhetoric that I've ever heard in my life. And
I just can't understand. I just can't understand it. And then you're telling them to get on some app to take them back to the hell that they were experiencing, that to make them think that this country would be better. What happened to being a melting pot? What happened to the whole point of America? What happened to, I don't understand.
So, yeah, I don't know. And that's the thing. I don't know the answer to that question. But, while we're on the topic of Indiana leading the way among states, I want to take a look at where we stack up in a few areas. Indiana's number 40 on the list of the ranking of most educated states across the United States. Our economy is also number 40 with a job growth rate at less than half of the national average. We're dead last for natural environment attributes, with 26 more days with unhealthy air quality and 3 times more industrial toxins in the air than national averages.
Oh my God. I had no idea about that, by the way, about how bad the air quality is.
Oh, it's horrific.
Until my grandma has been paying attention to it, and she'll text me, and it's literally almost every day, where it's hold your breath if you go outside.
If you
what?
ever look at the weather app, it will tell you there's an air quality thing. And I was I swear, I thought that was a glitch for the longest time. I was there's no way at the end the air in Indiana is that bad. No, it's because we have no environmental regulation in Indiana.
It's horrible. It's so bad. Yeah. So no regulation, and then so many farms. And so we're just kicking up dirt and dust and chemicals and who knows what else.
Right.
All the time. Anyway, go on.
And then Hoosier Health is also problematic, with our healthcare quality ranked at number 37, public health ranked number 42, and obesity rates higher than the national average. So this whole leading the way conversation, I think, is I'm so sick of this exceptionalism argument where it's oh, we're the best and we're leading.
It's
we're not.
silly.
America's not right now in a lot of areas. We have to just we're not living in reality, and I'm so sick of taking these issues where it's we're literally going to destroy people's lives. We're going to ruin families. We're going to rip families apart, and this is how we're successful.
And
that
that's
is so
how we'll
fucked
be
up.
first. We'll be the best state at being the worst.
Yeah.
What?
What the fuck? And so I also really want to drive this point home. People are not illegal. Being an undocumented person in the United States is a civil violation rather than a criminal offense. Under U.S. code, entering the country without inspection by immigration officials is illegal, as is re-entering the country after being deported. But simply existing is not a crime, and data released by the Census Bureau and Pew Research estimates that roughly 45% of undocumented immigrants did not enter the United States illegally. And then,
I'm just going to say, even if you did.
I don't care.
Even if you did, I do. I care about you, and I hope you are doing well.
Sure.
Because I don't think there's any circumstance where you are entering a country illegally. You cannot wait for the paperwork. You cannot wait to be cleared. I don't think there's any circumstance where that is your first choice.
No.
No one wants to do that.
Well, the thing that I struggle with is like, we're telling people, well, you have to go about it in the right way. Okay. The process for someone to naturalize themselves in the United States is the most insanely complicated process.
It's incredibly long.
It is. And then we're at the point where we're sending ICE agents to courthouses to pick these people up while they're trying to do exactly what we've told them to do.
It's insane. We have a family friend whose wife, they are married, is from Germany. Mm-hmm. They've been married upwards of 2 years now, and she still doesn't have her citizenship. It is incredibly lengthy to become a citizen, let alone just immigrate. It's not as simple as you think, and if you have whatever it is, cartels burning your city down, or terrorism, or whatever the case may be, it is our duty to offer asylum, especially if we're going to go poking our noses in every other country in the world. We're going to have an embassy everywhere you can think of. We're going to stick our ugly white noses into every single problem that exists throughout the world, and then we're gonna say, oh, but we are not going to help those who need it. It's disgusting.
It is. And you have this party of Christian white nationalists who love to talk about Jesus and the Bible and how you need to have religion and like the 10 Commandments in schools or whatever. And I want to ask you right now, first of all, with who you believe Jesus was, would you have seen him at the store and been like, oh yeah, he belongs in the United States?
I saw a thing about this on TikTok not too long ago about somebody said if Jesus came back right now, most Christians would reject him.
Yes. I'm not trying to make it like a left versus right thing, but like this is inherently where we are today. Who do you think Jesus would have voted for in this election?
I mean, come on. You're going to tell me Jesus doesn't believe in socialism and helping those who need it?
I don't think it's about socialism, like in this case, but like I think for me it's just like something when Jesus said was like the poorest among us, like the worst among us or whatever, I am this person. Like he identified with the marginalized people, and
that's kind of the whole thing. Is to stand up for people who need help.
Yes. And I just don't understand how we've come to this place where we can be so heartless and so cruel to these people, to where we're literally building a compound in the Everglades in Florida and putting people there and then bringing in alligators, or maybe the alligators were already there. I don't know. That story's muddy too. But we're excited that if these people try to escape from this facility, they will be eaten by alligators. Like, fuck you. And then going on to alligator Alcatraz while we're talking about it. This place was constructed in the Florida Everglades in just 8 days under a state of emergency declared by Ron DeSantis, which allowed for the bypass of typical regulations that should have been in place. Concerns have been raised about the facility, including allegations of detainees being held without charges and being barred from meeting with their attorneys. And a former corrections officer who worked at the facility described the conditions as being inhumane, with people being held in cages with no sunlight, limited access to showers, and being overwhelmed with mosquitoes. And Jesus Christ, I mean...
let me just take this time now to tell you, you have a right to an attorney. It's not a privilege. Well, you have a right. So you cannot.
This is the thing is they're trying to argue over the citizenship and like whether or not the Constitution applies to you. And that's we've declared that habeas corpus applies to people within the borders of the United States, regardless of your citizenship status. Like, and we're arguing over whether or not people are entitled to basic human dignity at this point. And then, and I'm gonna, I'm not gonna pretend like we do not have a need to reform the immigration system, like a complete and total overhaul. And I think it's irresponsible to say that we don't need to do that. But I don't think this approach, like we're taking a fucking sledgehammer to an upholstery nail here. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Do you know what, like,
we should abolish ICE. And that's where I am. That we're not doing anything in a way that the founding fathers imagined when writing this in the Constitution. No. We are not respecting people. We are not. I just can't wrap my head around being like, yeah, that's my country, and supporting that.
But
like, what is wrong with you?
Like, why is it so exciting to be like, if someone does a crime, yes, do deal with that. Please deal with that. Like, deal with someone doing a crime that like hurts someone, whatever.
I'm not saying we should have anarchy.
Right.
But Jesus Christ, most immigrants are people who want to work and they want to do the jobs that we don't, to be frank with you. And they're not these criminals.
No.
I saw a woman on TikTok again. I've been spending a lot of my time on TikTok, apparently. Okay. This woman arguing with her Republican friend who was like, illegal immigrants are responsible for something like 4% of the crimes in America. Like, in total, big total. Men are responsible for 85%.
I'm sure.
They take up approximately 50% of the population, and their crime rate is over 85%. So if you actually wanted to stand on crime being a concern of yours, you're saying there are too many criminals in America. Why aren't you digging into why men commit most of the crimes?
But that's the thing. It's not about the crime. It's never about what we say it's about. It's about having this idealized version of what you want America to look like. And it comes back to what I was talking about with the Heritage Foundation a couple of weeks ago, where you have this vision of like, I want it to be this traditional, like, the thing that like exists in my mind, and I want the world to look this way. And if it doesn't look this way, I'm gonna kill someone, basically. And I for the life of me, I don't get it, because it's not about the baby. It's about controlling women. It's not about crime. It's about making sure that America is
white. It's a racist thing.
Yeah, it's a supremacy thing. And
it's what it is. They're racist. That's all it is.
Well, and that's the thing, is like, we're saying we're not targeting specific races, but I'm just like,
oh, really? Because I feel like an illegal immigrant from Europe is a lot less likely to be deported.
Oh, yeah. They wouldn't know. Well, that's the thing, is like, but again, I come back to this thing over and over and over again of like, these people aren't hurting you. These people are not hurt. Like, yes, there's a bad apple in every bunch. Like, it is impossible to say that, yes, every single person crossing any border or flying into the country or boating here or like coming over, I don't care where they're coming from. I don't care how they're getting here, but like, it's impossible to say that everyone is going to be an angel. But
what, you couldn't say that about any group of people ever.
Yes.
You couldn't be like, you couldn't say any group of adults you gather for any reason at any geographical location ever, they're all going to be angels. You can't. No. You
right.
can't.
But it's like so you take the Lake and Riley, that situation, which granted was horrible, but you take that and then you make that the reason why we must deport everyone now. And
it's insane.
But also on the other side of that, it was like it was in the same year when was it whenever the Brian Koberger situation happened. Why are we deporting him? Why are we deporting? I
think I just said why a few minutes ago.
And that's the question I ask is like, if it's about crime, why aren't we dealing with the crime?
Yeah, people aren't worried about crime. If they were worried about crime, they would have to persecute men, and that's something we'll never do. So,
but dear listener, I'm going to put some resources in the show notes because I do think this is something with the building of Speedway Slammer, Jesus, and that's the other thing too. Calling it these little fucking cutesy names, like fuck you,
disgusting. Like it's disgusting.
And I know I've said it before. Trump is a marketing genius. Like this is where I'm drawing the line. Is like I can't have these because I'm not gonna let that cloud the judgment anymore of like, oh, he's funny, oh, he's this, he's that. Like no, we're literally talking about like you're making a mockery of what you're doing to these people. Like these are people. Your wife's an immigrant, by the way.
Yeah.
Your fucking wife's an immigrant. Fuck you.
And listen, the man is funny. And if he were a drag queen, I would be a huge fan.
I'd give him $1.
But he's not. He decided to be the fucking president of the United States. Right. And he's disgusting.
And that fucking bitch, Kristi Noem. Don't get me fucking started on that fucking Barbie little cunt. Like, and this is the thing that I struggle with this entire for the most part, this entire administration. I can't tell if they actually believe the crock of bullshit they're trying to sell the American people, or if they're deluded into believing it. Spinning. Do you think so?
I think they know that they're spinning the story, and they are just as dark and evil as you imagine them to be.
So, and this is where I'm conflicted because what's the Caroline Levitt, because like at one point I felt genuinely bad for this girl who like had to get up in front of the American people every single day and try and sell Donald Trump's crock of bullshit to the American people. And then like I saw the way she started treating the reporters, and I was like, is she acting that way because like she's like so triggered, or is she acting that way because she actually feels this way? And like that's the thing, is I can't tell. Like I cannot tell. Like with Sean Spicer, at least I was like,
there. She's not trapped there.
Oh, you're not wrong, but
she could go work for Fox News any day she wanted to.
Oh God, I thought this like, and they'd love her because what a good liar she is.
Right, like she's chosen this position. I do not feel pity.
No, but yeah, dear listener, I'm gonna put some resources in the show notes. Right to literally any legislator you can call them there. I will put a link to find who your legislator is in Indiana and outside of Indiana. Cause like this is, if you think it's going to stop in Florida and Indiana, that's going to be the end of it. Like, I mean, here I was like, oh, this will never happen to us. And here the fuck we are.
We talked about what happened in California. Yeah. That was a month ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Just insanity.
Right.
Insanity. We're living through history, and it is not looking fine. It's not looking good.
And then, for the love of God, just vote. Like, please, please, please vote. Because, like, Jesus Christ, like...
Yeah. Anyway. Even if you feel like your vote doesn't matter, the number will be in the history books of the number of citizens who didn't agree with what's happening.
Oh, yeah. And then
make it known.
I'm going to close out this incredibly heavy segment with this. The Oxford English Dictionary defines the term concentration camp as a place where large numbers of people, especially political prisoners or members of persecuted minorities, are deliberately imprisoned in a relatively small area with inadequate facilities. And that's where I'm leaving that.
Yep. And I'm gonna talk. This isn't the first time America has done this.
No, it hasn't. That's the thing.
Well, Pearl Harbor happened, and we locked down every Asian person we can find. They didn't even have to be Japanese.
No, they just there.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's gross.
It is.
It's gross. All right.
Anyway,
moving on.
Here we go. Fabletics can go fuck themselves.
No, I'm actually obsessed with this diva. Tell them your story.
So you guys know I'm going to Dallas. Was it next week? Yeah, next week for the podcast movement 2025. And this has been like 6 months ago. I got a membership to Fabletics because I saw at the mall they had like 3 pairs of shorts for $18. And I was like, oh, let me just sign right up for that. And I go in and they like sell you the membership. It's like $59 a month or something. And then they just keep charging your credit card, but you get a credit to use on whatever you want each month. And I had never used one up until this point. So I was like, let me buy some clothes for the plane. And like, if they have anything for Dallas, great. So I go on the app, I order a couple of outfits. And by the way, what Fabletics is, they think it's really, really fun to do this. There's a line item for everything you buy that says tariff fee, or it very specifically references tariffs, and it pisses me off because that's not how it's supposed to work. Like, you were not supposed to just like charge line items for tariffs, but that's
not. They could just raise their prices like everyone else.
They could, or they could accept like, hey, you've already paid for the credit for the item. Well,
I think you're seeing the same price for everything as someone without a membership would anyway.
So that's the thing is like they try and con you into not using the membership and you get cheaper prices. So like you just keep accruing the credits, I guess. The whole thing is a racket. But I ordered the outfits online and I wake up this morning and I get a shipping confirmation. It says, oh, your order's on its way. And at the very top, it says shipping address. And then there's an address I do not recognize. And I said, oh, no. And at the bottom of the email, it says, for questions or for help with your order, please call this number 24/7. I said, I'm going to call him right now.
You bet. Your ass I will.
I immediately thought to myself, I must have done something wrong. Like, I know I didn't enter the address incorrectly, but you know, like when you're typing in an address, like, and it'll like give you suggestions of like addresses, like with the same numbers in it. I was like, maybe I clicked on it or so. I don't know. So I'm like waiting on hold and I'm not exaggerating, 26 minutes for someone to pick up the fucking phone at Fabletics. I get someone on the phone and while I'm waiting, I thought to myself, let me go back and look at the original order, like confirmation, just to see if I missed it the first time. I go back, the right address is on that email. And so when the woman picks up the phone, I was like, I tried to explain to her what was going on. And I said, hey, I got an email with like the shipping confirmation, but it has the wrong address on it. And I'm not really sure what happened. Can you help me? And she goes, I don't know.
She was so perfect in everything that she did.
If I didn't hate her so much, I actually would love this woman. But
she's such a diva. You've never met someone who cares about Fabletics less than this woman.
Oh yeah. So she goes, I don't know. And I said, okay, so where are we at here? And she goes, well, did you put in the wrong address? And I was like, no, that's the thing. I'm looking at the original order confirmation and it's got the right address in it. And she goes, do you have a screenshot of that? And I said, hang on a second. Do you not have the original email that you sent me? She goes, that's a different department. And I said,
of course it is, okay. Diva. And we're not connected to them whatsoever.
I said, can we get them on the horn? And she goes, no.
Funniest thing she ever could have said. I love her so much. We worked in a call center, and I wish I would have just said that more. No. That is not me.
No.
And no, I cannot connect you to the person who it is.
And I said, okay. So I guess what do we do? She goes, you'll have to wait to receive the order. And I said, receive it where? Like, I don't know where this address is.
Mama,
and she goes,
I'm just going to show up to someone's house. Like, what?
well, so the address is
doesn't exist yet.
I don't know where this town in Indiana is.
And like, you're really going to be some porch pirate for some clothes? Oh my God.
But, no. And then I thought to myself, okay, maybe this woman doesn't understand what I'm trying to explain to her. So I said, hang on. Let's take a step back. I'm going to tell you from my perspective what happened, and you tell me if you're on the same page as me. So I said, I placed an order on Fabletics. I entered the address for my shipping address. That was already part of my profile, by the way, because I don't even think I entered an address. And then I said, I received an order confirmation with the correct shipping address in the order confirmation. I then receive an email with a shipping confirmation that says it's shipping to a different address. Tell me where the breakdown is here for me.
I bet it's when they printed the shipping label. I bet you anything when they printed the shipping label, it's exactly what you thought you did for a second. And it like auto-filled an address and they were like, yeah, that looks right. Mm-hmm.
See, I swear to God, I assumed every bit of this was automated and like it just spat out like a shipping label or something. Like I don't know how to do this works.
I don't know.
But this woman goes, I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can just change an address. I said, well, looks like we're breaking all the rules. And so
what
I said,
you mean?
And then like she was so like not even unhelpful. Like just it was like the most indifferent stance I've ever seen in my life. And she goes, you'll just have to return it when you receive it. And I said, get me a manager.
Like, what do you mean? First of all, I'm not gonna receive it.
Right.
And the clothes are not the problem, Mama.
Right. I was like, I don't think you understand. I won't receive it because I don't know where it's going. And then she goes,
oh my God.
I said, is there any way I could speak to a manager? Because I don't think we're on the same page. And I understand this is not your fault, but like we're not vibing. She goes, because you've asked to speak to a supervisor, I'm going to put you on hold.
She's said that line at least 10 times a day.
Oh, yeah.
For her entire career.
I bet she has said that to every person that has spoken to her at Fabletics. And so she puts me on hold and I'm sitting there and like, I'm just kind of like annoyed because I was like, it's not like I spent money on these clothes, but
you did.
Well, that's the thing is like, I was like, I have given you people
so much money.
Upwards of hundreds of dollars. I don't know how much it's been, but like whatever. And the one time I try to use this membership, it has fucked me. So like, I don't know. And then she comes back on the phone and she goes, sir, I've looked into what you said happened and it does appear that happened. And I said, thank God.
But like, why did it take so long for you to look into it?
But
girl?
Also, why am I still talking to you?
Yeah.
And then she goes, as a courtesy, this is what pissed me off. Like, This is what really got me. As a courtesy, we can reship your items and it'll be free of charge. And I said, okay, couple things. One, yes, you will.
Obviously, that was, first of all, the bare minimum.
That was the lowest bar.
Miss Diva, that is what I assumed was going to happen.
Two, well, no, what I assumed would happen was I just got the shipping confirmation, so I assumed FedEx hadn't even picked it up yet. So I was like, just go fucking find the label and put another sticker on it. I don't care. But then and then number two, when you say as a courtesy to someone, a courtesy is when
you get free shit.
You get free shit. And like, if I'm the customer, I fucked something up. So as a courtesy, we're going to look the other way about you fucking up. A courtesy is not, no, we fucked up your order. We did something wrong. And now as a courtesy, we're fixing. No, you're correcting your problem.
You're being a business.
Yes.
That fulfills orders.
Yes.
Which is kind of what I assumed you were already.
I thought that's what we thought. But Kate Hudson, what are we doing? So then
Kate,
I proceed to be on the phone with this woman and she goes, and as also a courtesy, we'll give you 50% off of one of the items. And I said, I paid for it with a membership. So, my God.
Like,
okay. Okay. So the whole thing was a racket, and it was an hour of my morning that I am never getting back. But like, I can definitively tell you, I'm never shopping there again.
I never really liked Fabletics. I don't know what the men's side is like, because I know Kenny has some shorts from there that are
They
like
have good shorts. That's what it
fine.
is.
But on the women's side, everything has a weird effed up pattern or colorway. Like, nothing is just a basic. And I hate that. I hate that.
It reminds me a lot of, what was that legging company? The one that was a cult. Or not a cult.
What?
Do you know, the one that was like, it was a pyramid scheme, and like, it was these leggings that people were obsessed with. LuLaRoe.
Oh,
Do you remember this?
No.
Okay, never mind. I'll cut that. Because
Was it in the Galaxy legging era?
No, yes, it was. Yeah, they were the Galaxy leggings.
I see.
Yes.
Anyway.
So yeah, fuck you, Fabletics.
You are not bestie approved.
No, you were bestie denied.
Yeah.
We have a couple shout outs. So my friend Elena is a bestie approved super fan. She says she loves our relationship and like she loves to listen to us talk. I think that is so cute.
Yay.
And then my friend Corey, he and his partner were listening to us, and he said that they were just having a time listening to us. And I was like, I thought it would be weird, like having people in our lives that listen to the show. And now I'm
humiliated.
Are you really?
Yes. I don't know why. I also feel like posting on Instagram to me is a humiliation ritual. Like, that's so embarrassing. And
when we start doing video,
way
I'm going to feel the same way, yeah.
About, like, Amanda has listened and my mom has listened, and I'm just like so embarrassed. I'm like, I'm just talking. I don't know. Like,
I love it.
I want people to listen,
Right.
but it is the equivalent to me, like, equally as embarrassing as posting anything on the internet. I don't know.
I think, like, I thought I would feel the same way, like, but now that I'm like, oh, people are like super cool and supportive, and like people listen. Oh, also, Alex says that you sound like Megan Stelter.
Oh.
Which I think is a very
I mean,
high
I think that's
compliment.
a compliment.
I love her so much. Yeah, he like
That's
literally just
beautiful.
texted me that today. But yeah, that's so thanks to my friends for being an amazing and supportive group of friends. I love that. And then we also, our first commenter ever, Jordan, that we didn't know last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was.
Love him.
He's also one of the winners for the podcast movement scholarship things. And he hosts a podcast called What's Your One Thing? And it's all about being like the best version of yourself.
Speaking of which, I was thinking about his podcast earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
There's this thing called, like, he would know much more about this. It's called like Occam's razor or something. And you're supposed to like determine your life's razor, like your one purpose in life, which is like what his podcast does. Anyway, I was just thinking about that. I had like heard of that before, and I finally pinned it. It's like a very helpful tool, especially for people in leadership and people who are overwhelmed.
Oh, cute. Well, we can ask him about it because he's going to be coming on the pod. We're gonna hang out in Dallas. He's such a sweetheart. He's so cool. He's so funny. So he's gonna be a guest eventually. So that's exciting.
Yeah, love.
So shout out to my friends.
Yay, friends. Speaking of divas,
Jen, Shah, and Elizabeth Holmes have a new prison mate.
I hope they bully the shit out of her. I feel like Jen Shah and Elizabeth Holmes are about to be the meanest they've ever been in their lives.
And you know I'm not an advocate of bullying, but goddamn if I ever was going to be one.
Ghislaine Maxwell is joining Jen Shah and Elizabeth Holmes, and she is about to be a victim for the first time in her life.
I was watching something on TikTok or YouTube something, where they were like, do you think Jen Shah's going to beat the living fuck out of her? Like, do you think Jen, like, cause like you remember like how she would like, and this was very big in the first season where she would like Hulk out and just start screaming at people for no reason. Like, I want to know if Jen will do that to Ghislaine Maxwell.
100%. I don't think she'll do anything physical because I think she's
really
ready to
get out in
banking.
2026.
Yeah, she really wants to get out of prison.
Yes.
But I do feel like she's going to be mean as hell.
So in some of the, I don't know, I know it is in men's prisons. I don't know how it is in women's prisons, but like in men's prisons, like if someone has done like horrendous crimes, like
especially to kids.
Yes. My understanding is sometimes the guards just don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Like,
so my only kind of knowledge about women's prison is this woman on TikTok who talks about her time in prison.
is it the woman that like shows you how to make makeup from?
No,
Okay.
she just talks about like people she was locked up with because she was in this prison in Florida that has a lot of like really insane people in it. And it is the same. If you have harmed children, good luck. And actually, bad luck to you.
100%. I like, this is the thing is like, it's not alleged anymore because she was convicted of her crimes.
I wish nothing but the worst for you.
100%. And I hope that Jen Shah has a really bad day with you.
A really bad one. And she has a little henchman now because you're not going to tell me for 1 second that Elizabeth Holmes is running that show.
Oh, you know they're plotting their next fraud together. They're like...
Yeah. And Jen Shah might not believe in elderly rights, but she will stand up for children. I do believe that.
I 100%, but like, as if nothing else, like, and we joke about the Jen Shah situation. I do believe at the end of the day, she's probably a really good mom. And I do believe that in the back of her mind, at some point, she's like, I have to protect kids.
I don't think she's all in all a bad person. I know that she did bad things.
Yeah, she's fucked up. Yeah.
But she's nowhere near Ghislaine Maxwell.
No.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today's Jack's first day of first grade. How is school supply shopping?
Fine.
Did you?
Happy to do it.
Okay. So I've seen a lot on TikTok about parents being mad about, I guess, school. I don't remember this from when I was a kid, but I guess schools are putting on the list, like, don't label your kids' stuff or whatever.
That wasn't on our list, but I know people are saying that. Okay. I don't remember everything being so communal. When we were in school, I feel like your box of pencils was your box of pencils, sure, and your dry erase markers were your dry erase markers, kind of. But I also don't have a problem with what we're doing anyway.
So, I guess I don't understand because I don't have kids. I do know that I love school supply time because I do love nothing more than to go buy like a really big package of pens. So I have good pens. I don't understand what the argument is here. So like you're saying, okay, so you're not labeling stuff. So it's all like when you send the stuff to the school, it's all going into like a communal bin and like everyone's using the same supplies. Is
most of it. So like, for instance, in Jack's list, I'll give you 2 examples. In Jack's list, it called for 3 boxes of crayons because kids run through crayons like you would not believe.
Right.
1 box when we went to like the open house night was meant to go in his pencil box.
Okay.
The other 2 boxes go in a bin for the whole class to share.
Okay.
I don't have an issue with that, right? Because I know Jack will break a crayon and need a replacement. There are other kids who will do the same and need replacements too. I mean,
isn't that ostensibly just like contingency planning for when they run out of stuff? Because the stuff you get on August 1st is not going to last you through May 30th.
Yes. And I'm not upset about some Crayola crayons.
No, but like what? So that's what people are mad about.
People are mad that you're buying a box of pencils and the box of pencils are going in a bin and all the kids get to share because people hate underprivileged kids, apparently. And I'll give you another example, though. So, like, this year, every kid needed a composition notebook.
Sure.
We found one that had the exact right number of pages and was ruled correctly, like wide ruled for a first grader. And it was a bluey one instead of just like a black and white one.
Yeah.
When I saw that those were going into bins and not into their desks, I did write his name on that one. Because that's like...
But a notebook is something that you are writing in, and like it's like your notebook. That's right. That makes sense to me.
And so when they got handed back out, I didn't want him to see that his bluey notebook was going to someone else. That is an exception because everything else is like black expo markers.
So Jax, I guess, like, so when I was in elementary school, like, our desk was our desk, and like it was always our desk. No, it was no one else's desk. So like, it's still does like he not just have his stuff in his desk?
They do, but then there are bins the rest of okay, got too. It. Okay. And the notebook was like not supposed to go in his desk; it was supposed to go in the bin. And since those, once they got passed back out, I wanted to make sure he got his because it was bluey and
taking them to pass them back out.
You know what I mean?
That's one of those things that, like, okay, like, it feels like we're putting too much effort into some of this stuff. Anyway, okay, go ahead. Sorry, I mean to cut you off.
It's like, why do you care? I don't know.
Like,
and it's like each person was supposed to get one tub of Play-Doh so that when they use the Play-Doh, they have all kinds of different colors and they have 30 different things.
Sure.
And people being up in arms, I don't know. I think they want to put the onus on the teacher to buy everything that is needed for the classroom.
I think that's fucking insane.
It is. Why should teachers have to pay for that?
So two of my cousins are teachers and love them to death. I don't think it's their responsibility to provide school supplies for kids because it's not their fucking kids. You have, like... If
they had any type of budget, I can understand, but they do not. They pay for everything.
Well, I don't see why it's not falling on the school district. I don't understand why the amount of money, especially in Hamilton County, that we pay in property taxes... Why the fuck kids are not, like, just handed a box of shit when they get to school? I do not understand that.
So there is something where you can, like, sign up. It's through the PTO. So it might still be parent funded for all I know. You can just have it be, like, a box is on their seat.
But, like, I guess what I don't understand is, like, you're mad that you're putting stuff in this bin that other kids are going to use. Do you not want the other kids to use it, or do you not, like, are you worried that someone else is, like, not going to buy something so not everyone's putting in their fair share, which comes back to this argument, like, against socialism that everyone has that, like, I can't really get on board with, but, like...
It's like people who are against free lunch.
Right.
I feel like it's the same demographic.
But... I'm just like, we're fighting over fucking notebooks, man. Like, then don't buy the notebook. Like, what? Don't do whatever you want to do. I don't care. But like, why are you on TikTok like screaming about it? Like, for the life of me, I don't understand that.
All the ones I've seen are parents of like young kids. It's not like we're putting Texas Instrument calculators into a bin for everyone to share. We're talking about colored pencils.
My papaw, when I was in 8th grade, so this was like actually a thing in 8th grade. It was, to this day, I remember it. It was a TI-36X solar calculator that we had to have for Mr. Bridgewater's science class. We had to have it. And
well, I took like pre-calc and stuff like that. So yeah, like they'll tell you a specific calculator.
Yes. And I very vividly remember being at Staples and my papaw said, some of the parents aren't going to be able to afford this. And he bought 4 of them.
Yeah. And that is how communities should work. But we are so far devolved from that.
And this is something you mentioned the other day is like you see parents on TikTok talking about how like, you know, the conversation used to be like it takes a village to raise a kid or whatever. And like, where did community go? And this is where it went. Like you got so
selfish.
Yeah. You built the wall.
Yeah.
Hope you're happy.
And it's like, I don't know. How can you not have some sense of compassion to be like, oh, well, if I couldn't afford this, I would really want my kid to still be able to participate. Why can't you empathize with that? I just don't understand it.
It's a weird thing to me that we've lost all sense of empathy when it comes to things that are happening like right in front of us. But like when it comes to it's like when it comes to like being pro-choice or pro-life, it's like, think about the baby. I'm like, when did you stop thinking about the baby then? Tell me at what point
as soon as it's born. As soon as it's born.
Damn.
They don't want to reform the foster care system. They don't want to reform any of that. They just want babies to be born for some reason. And there's another point I've seen being made. Mm-hmm. People are turned off by teachers sharing their Amazon wish list.
I'm going to put an Amazon wish list out there for us just to piss these people off. Fuck you.
Every teacher should have an Amazon wish list, and they should send it to every parent. I love Jack's teacher already. Mm-hmm. Hers is a link in her signature of her email. She said, you will see this. Well, and that's beautiful. I think that is wonderful. And I hope she gets everything on her wish list. And I hope every teacher out there gets everything they want on their wish list.
I would go a step further to say, I wish that they didn't have to have Amazon wish lists. Like if it's something 100%. Like I want to bring in a, one of these like cool learning tool, like the toys that are like also like really good for learning. I have no kids. I don't fucking know. But like something like that where it's like, it's a little expensive, but like,
how many kids will benefit from it?
Right.
You know
like
what I mean?
I can buy that for an Amazon wish list, but I would go one step further to say, why is the district not like saying, hey, let's like have a program in which we can say, hey, like we can allocate dollars for these things if there's like a good enough use case made for it. And
I don't even need a use case. If you want decorations for your classroom, the district should pay for them.
I also think like
every teacher should get a credit card on the district's name.
You get $500 a semester or whatever it is, and like go for it.
I think they do get like it's something ridiculously low, like $200 a year or something like that.
What are you supposed
to pay for everything in their classroom?
I also think it's fucking insane that we're expecting people to pay for things in their classroom. Like, in what job do you have to pay for your room to be aesthetically
usable?
Pleasing? Yeah,
like I
God
don't
damn.
Understand it.
And have you?
And on top of that, we're paying them pennies. We're paying them nothing.
We're basically paying them in Kohl's cash. But like, have you ever been inside of a fucking classroom? It looks like a prison cell. It looks like Jen Shah lives there.
If you don't decorate it, yeah, it looks horrible. And I really commend like Jack's teacher this year. Her classroom, so cute.
I love that.
So cute. Mm. And it kills me to know that she probably spent some of her and her husband's hard-earned money to decorate like that. Mm-hmm. Because it should just be a given. I don't know why we hate giving kids enjoyable experiences.
Well, that's the thing is like you are so hell-bent on posting the 10 commandments in the classroom and posting this, posting that. But like, God forbid someone else wants to do something to improve the classroom. Like that's...
God forbid a teacher have a rug for kids to sit on. Jesus H.
I mean...
I just don't understand. I don't understand. But anyway. Yeah, big teacher supporter. I think they should make probably 5 times what they're making minimum.
Oh, at a minimum.
I mean, they should make 6 figures. If you are a teacher, especially in the public school system, you should make 6 figures.
Oh, 1,000%.
Easily.
I think the thing that I struggle with is like the fact that like there's any argument against paying teachers what they deserve. You're literally like trusting them with your fucking kid. Like, come on.
And even if you don't have kids, like your future politicians, mm-hmm. your future policemen.
The world's future. Literally the future of the world.
Just everyone. Like, you're going to have no more engineers because you hate teachers. Mm-hmm. What a weird hill to die on.
Yeah.
And I think everyone can think of a teacher that, like, literally changed their lives.
Absolutely.
So, like, what a weird thing. I just don't understand. I never will.
It is a wild argument, but... yeah, I was curious how you felt about that.
I would buy more school supplies if they asked me to.
If my sister-in-law came to me and said, hey, some of the parents like couldn't get school supplies, I would go buy out the rest of fucking Meyer school supply section. Like some of it, like,
swear to God,
you have to like really put things in in the reality in which we live. And it's like, some of this stuff is not that deep. You're telling me right now that you think that this is the slippery slope to communism. This is what you're worried about. Like, come on.
And by the way, just to like give you an idea, Jack is in first grade, so he doesn't need anything that's like ultra expensive. We're talking about $200 max in school supplies.
Yeah.
We're not talking about, if we were having to spend $2,000 on school supplies, fine. I understand most people can't afford that. Most people can afford less than $200.
But also, if you can't, you shouldn't be made to feel like you're a piece of shit. Like, that's like,
no.
Like,
I know. And yeah, okay. So like, this is not to be interpreted as me saying
no.
Like, underprivileged kids. This underprivileged kids and kids from families who just can't afford school supplies are the reason I support the communal bins of school supplies. They shouldn't feel different or left out or have to feel it in any type of way.
They shouldn't know. Like, that's the thing. Yeah.
And this is like a bigger argument. I think people have really lost the plot on this. If you are having money problems or you're not having money problems, your kids should be none the wiser.
I agree.
They should have no idea how much or how little money you have.
It's not that, like, I get, like, it's, you can't tell families how to live, but, like, it shouldn't be the kids' struggle too.
That's what I'm saying. Because you're going to send them to school with a complex of being less than all of their peers. A lot of kids already feel that way without you doing that.
Well, I remember being at Triton and, like, I grew up with money. Like, let's call it what it is. And sure. I never knew what it was to struggle, but, like, I would be in the lunchline with kids where the lunch lady would start making the lunch and then, like, they would look at, like, it was a little book or whatever.
Yeah.
And their name would be highlighted and they would just, like, reach under the counter and pull out a bag with, like, a peanut butter sandwich or a bologna sandwich, whatever it was that day. And I remember the kids in line just being mortified over that. And it was a pretty good chunk of kids. Cause, like, in Shelby County, you're either wealthy or you're dirt poor. Like, there is no
there's
ground.
A huge disparity there.
And I remember, like, I don't think I was conscious of what was happening, but then, like, you know, you start to, like, grow an understanding of it. And then, like, I told my papa about it one day when I came home, and, like, he grew up in one of the poorest counties in, they were in Alabama and then they moved to Kentucky, but, he remembered he didn't have shoes to wear to school at certain points in his life. And that's when he said, he just started giving me extra money to, like, if someone needed it, that's what it was. And it's like, and he's probably as Republican as you can get, but I mean, Jesus Christ, if he can get on board with some of this, like, why can't, it's like, you just take care of people. Like, it's not, some of this is not going to hurt you. And it comes back to this thing that I'm talking about with life is not a zero sum game. Life is not, I have to fuck over every other person on God's green earth so my kid doesn't have to eat a free lunch. Like, fuck you. And, like,
I just don't understand how you can think that way. It's like, in first grade, they probably wouldn't really understand. But you really want some kid to look back and be like, oh, that's embarrassing that I had to ask for colored pencils because I didn't have any and everyone is too hateful to have it be a communal supply.
Right.
Like, I just can't fathom thinking that way.
No. But, like,
why would you want that?
And it's like, part of me is like, God, I hope you never have to fucking struggle, because, like, I cannot imagine how horrific it would be. But at the same time, I'm like, no, I hope you do struggle. Like, I hope that you fall on hard times so you know what you put other people through.
It feels like that's the only way for some people to, like, envision that. Some people have such a lack of empathy, it feels like, that, like, it really feels like the only way you would get it is if you had to be really poor for a while. because then you would understand that no one's there to help you because of people like you.
Yeah.
And by the way, I was like very middle class growing up. We struggled with money a little bit, but not anywhere near the extent that some people do.
Sure.
I never had to worry about whether or not I was going to have school supplies.
Right.
But some people do.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why we've started sharing.
Well, and I think that's the thing that I get so annoyed with is like, I'm not here to count anyone else's money. I don't care how much money anyone has. I don't care how much money anyone doesn't have. The problem that I have is like, you have people on TikTok saying, you had enough money to buy your kids shoes, but you didn't have enough money to buy them school supplies, like whatever the case may be. And I'm like, okay, so you're telling me,
come on,
you don't remember going to school and like wanting to wear a nice outfit or like whatever the case may have been. Like you, like,
also shoes are a necessity.
But like, do you want these kids to show up like with like a fucking like a stick with a handkerchief tied around it and a fucking like dirty, like what do you want from these fucking kids?
And like you want them to wear shoes that are too small, because that's what I'm hearing. Kids outgrow their shoes. That's what happens. I just don't understand the argument. I get that you don't want to be taken advantage of. Let me say that. No one wants to be taken advantage of. However, how could this possibly be taking advantage of you? How? You think your 10 little markers are going to supply a class of 30?
Yeah.
Like what?
I don't. It's all exhausting. But I was just curious how you felt about that.
On the subject of school supplies, we need to go back to schools sharing their school supply lists with the powers that be, Meijer, Target, all of those. I had to order something from Jack's school supply list off of Amazon because I went to Meijer and I went to the Forbidden Place, Target.
Oh.
And neither of them had it.
What was it?
It was like the Crayola watercolor set.
Hang on. Hang the fuck on.
Yeah.
What?
Neither of them had it.
Are we... Okay, couple of things. One, maybe, and like this is going to sound like the most boomer take ever, like I feel like there were like 6 things on my school supply list. It was like notebooks, binders, folders, whatever.
Oh, no, I remember it being hefty.
But like, is there not just like a standardized idea of like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And like, we know that this is available like in our market. So like,
well, yeah, but I don't know.
I don't know.
It was a watercolor set, which
also,
I
what
think...
the fuck is he doing with a watercolor set?
Painting?
Oh, okay. I'm not the teacher. That's not my business, I guess. Okay. So,
I don't know. Maybe it goes to the art class, in which case that's wonderful too.
I thought they did away with art class in Indiana. Like that's... No. Oh, okay, good. Okay,
Jack has an art class. And they have this website now where like you can see like digitized pictures of his art.
Oh, the way all of mine sat in a box for years. Like I'm not exaggerating. Like we had boxes of like all this shit from my school, like report cards, like all of it.
Yeah.
I have no idea where any of that is now. And I love that it's digital now. I think it's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, they send it home too, but like my parents are connected on it and they can like leave comments and stuff and they see it. Yeah. It's cute.
I love that.
It's very cute. Love.
Are you ready to complain?
Yeah, I actually have 2 things to complain about today.
Okay, you go first.
The first one is really easy to just complain about really fast. Arugula. I hate arugula. Okay. And it has infiltrated everything good and holy in our lives. It is everywhere and it is bitter. I hate it. It's the new kale. I hate it so much. Okay. And also, I'm complaining about back to school night. And here's why.
Okay.
They don't stagger the times for the different grades. I feel like there should be a 30-minute gap in start time for each grade, because what if you have multiple children? It's only an hour long. So I don't understand what you would do if you have 2 kids going into school, number 1. And number 2, there are so many people there. His school is huge. It is like the size of my middle school, and they have had to put trailers outside for additional classrooms. It's gigantic. So now you have pretty much every single student, plus mom or dad or both, or their guardian, whatever, with them. It is so jam-packed and hot, and they don't put extra chairs out for pregnant ladies. It was so overstimulating that, like, we saw moms we know, and I fear what the look in my eye was because I was so frazzled. Like, I saw a mom that I'm, like, friends with. We text all the time, and I was like, I'm honestly so overwhelmed. Like, I am overstimulated. And she was like, me too, girl. I don't know what's going on.
So what is back? So you just go and like see where your kids go to school?
Well, yeah, you meet their teacher. That's when you drop off their school supplies so they don't have to like have a backpack full and arms full of heavy school supplies. It's like too big for a little kid.
Okay.
And you find their classroom so that hopefully they can find it on the first day. You find their desk and all of that.
Do you want to know what I nenever attended as a child?
That?
A back to fucking school night. And I feel like my granny and papa were just not interested in that. if that was a thing, I have no idea.
I remember doing it back in the day. And it's like helpful because we get stuff like you saw earlier. Like I know his class schedule, so I know when he's eating lunch. And like I can talk to him about what his day is going to look like. So like for a kid like mine who really doesn't like change and really needs to be like prepared for what's going to happen, it's really nice.
Okay, that's fair.
But otherwise, yeah, I mean, it's not required. It's not like,
oh, I would hope
you
not.
have to be there, but
it does feel like logistically it could have been planned better though. Yeah.
Right. And I get, like, they wanted to do it at 6 so that most people are off work so they can come. But, like, have one start at 5:30 and then 6 and then 6:30 and then 7.
But also, can you imagine, like, being these teachers and, like, you spent the whole day setting up your classroom and it's like, God, now I have to talk to parents. Like,
they are frazzled. Yeah. And I don't blame them. Okay, so these class sizes are huge because we don't have enough teachers because we don't pay them enough. And so you have 30 kids plus at least one parent each. That's at least 60 people in a classroom that is tiny and has 30 tiny chairs. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. And I wish it were calmer and cooler and more relaxing, but it's just fucking not. No. Oh my God. I was so overstimulated. I literally was sweating the whole time.
Oh, I'm sure.
And we got there at like, it started at 6. We got there at like 5:40 probably. Because like parking is always a nightmare. And
yeah, that school's a shit show to get to.
Yeah. I assumed they would let us in early. No. We waited in a line outside the door.
Are you fucking shitting me?
Until 6 on the dot. Yeah, I swear to God.
Jesus Christ.
And I had just like thrown his school supplies on the sidewalk. I was like, I can't hold on to these the whole time. I am huge now. Like,
you're having a fucking baby. Like, oh my God.
And I'm like, what is going on? It was not ideal. Ugh. And I'm sure some people had like no problems with it, but whew.
Well, good for them. What a day the Lord has made for them.
Yeah, I just feel like
that's exhausting. That isn't.
It was so. I got back home and I was in the worst fucking mood.
Oh, I
was
been
like,
so mad. The way I would have loved to have gone to support you and like be there with you because you know I will go to the ends of the earth with you. The way I would have been so fucking furious like 4 minutes into it.
I would have never subjected you to what I went through. Oh my God.
Were there a bunch of parents there that had too many questions?
No.
Okay.
The teacher was occupied the whole time. She had like a line of people.
For what?
And it's just like asking silly questions, introducing themselves even. There are just so many of them. And she wanted to say hi to everyone.
I'm sure she did because she was probably a lovely, magnanimous human being.
She seems really nice, yeah.
The issue that I have, though, is like, you think you are so much the main character that you need to go monopolize the teacher's time to...
I mean, there's also, like, she had, like, a classroom scavenger hunt for the kids to, like, look around and find stuff, like the classroom library and the pencil sharpener and stuff. And so, like...
Oh, that's actually kind of smart. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so, like, I don't know. Like, Jack went up to her just to show her that we had finished it and stuff like that. Aww. So I'm sure she's getting a bunch of stuff like that,
okay,
too.
That's different. That's fine.
But no, I can't imagine that it's any less overwhelming for the teachers, because it's like...
Oh, I bet it's like 40 times worse, because it's like, oh, God, they want to talk to me. Okay, yeah. I am the main character.
Hello. And they give them, like, tasks they have to do. Like, she kept having to tell everyone, like, you need to scan this QR code for this Google Doc to tell the front office how your kid is getting to and from school on the first day. And she had to, like, like, do that for the front office. Like, wait, they give them tasks they have to do.
Okay, yeah. So here's my question. Mm-hmm. When you were in elementary, middle, and high school... was there not like a day 2 or 3 weeks before school where you had to go like in the morning to the school and there was like a paper your parents had to fill out? Like,
yeah, it was we did that, but they don't do that anymore. They Why? Sent an email with like who... No, they didn't even send an email. They sent an email saying this website that like has your grades and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know if you remember Skyward. It's basically that. Whatever. It has like their grades. No, because they don't work on it. Like, there's no module.
I have no idea.
It just has like their grades and their absences and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And they sent an email that was like, at 4 p.m. tomorrow, you'll be able to see who your kid's teacher is. And that's how you found out.
We knew like before we left for the year before who our teacher was going to be the next year.
No. Oh. I didn't either, though. We found out in the middle of the summer.
Well, I also graduated with like 90 people, so like it was probably very easy to figure out where we were going.
Yeah. I graduated with like...
It was all just based on last name.
I want to say I graduated with like... This number feels fake, but like 600 people.
Yeah, like a lot your school was huge.
People.
Well, I'm sorry that happened. I hate that for you.
It's okay. We, like, got everything done that we needed to do.
Good.
All in all, a success, but...
I want to complain about people in the Lifetime locker room who... These guys just make themselves at home, and they use, like, 2 or 3 lockers, and they have 3 bags with them, and it's always, like, a whole production every time they get into the locker room. And then... they spread all of their shit out all over the benches. Like, so in Lifetime, in each like bay of lockers, there's 2 like significantly large benches that realistically like 8 guys could sit on. They're huge. So you have 2 of those, and these guys will spread all of their shit out on these benches. And you're literally crawling around their shit to like move it because they open up the lockers and they're just feeling the fantasy and getting ready. And it's a whole production while they're getting ready for like whatever their day is going to bring. And it's 45 minutes of that. But then what is even worse is when they have a friend who does the same thing as them. And that's been my experience. Like, and I think it's the time that I'm going to the gym. I think like I have to like readjust that because it is far too much for me to handle because like, I can't control my face. So like, yeah, it's hard for me.
I'm the same way. I've been told that since I was a tiny child. Yeah. Okay.
Are you ready for reality roundup?
I am.
What? So we started rewatching The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, the first season, and boy, oh boy, does that not disappoint.
I love the first season. It's so good.
It is incredible. Like, so...
Yeah.
I think I've talked a little bit about this before. I truly thought this show is going to be hot garbage. I thought, like, why are they taking such a prestigious show such as The Real Housewives? And now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I was the worst. But why are they taking that to Salt Lake City, Utah? And these ladies showed us how wrong I could have been.
Yeah, Salt Lake City, really an epicenter. Their taglines are amazing.
So I listed out all their taglines here, but which one's your favorite?
I like Lisa Barlow's because she has her tequila company or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so she says, when you take cheap shots, always expect a hangover.
I actually really do like that one.
Yeah. What's yours favorite?
Mary Cosby.
Favorite. Your favorite. Oh. Mm-hmm.
I love God, but I will read you like a scripture.
I just hated her so much the first season that
part of me gets it. So, we get like the first episode of every Real Housewives is like giving you some kind of like
introduction
in like, this town, like whatever. It's a lot of that. Then you like start to meet the women. So we meet Jen Shah at her chalet with her husband Sharif, who is cooking the family breakfast. Jen is Tongan and Hawaiian. She's originally from Hawaii and moved to Utah when she was like 7, and she and Sharif have 2 sons, Sharif Jr. and Omar.
Love.
So I guess Jen was raised Mormon. This is actually kind of interesting because they jump right into it. Jen was raised Mormon and Sharif was Muslim. And like, I love that like when they got married, it just wasn't like a big deal. Like they were just doing their thing. And then Jen says, well, why don't you come to church with me? And Sharif goes, because your church didn't accept black people until like 1974.
Right.
And
stand on it.
Jen goes, okay, I guess I'm done there. And
yeah,
that was the end of
I feel
that.
like she just didn't know.
Well, no, because like the church isn't going to tell you that they were racist.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the pictures of them from college, they're so hot.
They're very
so
attractive.
Hot.
Like very, very.
Yeah.
Sharif, I like Sharif. I think Sharif is very handsome. I think he is like I would listen to him talk. Like I would go to like a speech or something he was giving. I think he's so fun.
Yeah.
And then one of these tropes that I really do hate on the Housewives is like they're all sitting at the table and then it's like we have to bring up the like, oh, we're going to talk about sex talk. I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
They love to show mothers making their children uncomfortable. It's really weird. They do love
that. And like the way that
it's weird.
I would have blown my brains out on camera. Like,
no. It was a different conversation, obviously, but they like did the same thing when Giselle's girls were young. It was a lot of like, oh, mom's so embarrassing. Mm-hmm. Like, why is that always your... Anyway.
Right. I do love that Sharif Jr., like when she's like telling Omar, like, kissing can give you herpes and AIDS, like, Sharif Jr. is like, oh, no. Like, I thought he was so funny. We go over to meet Heather Gay at Beauty Lab and Laser. She apparently opened Beauty Lab because the Mormonism, the whole thing is
perfection.
The endless pursuit of the endless pursuit of perfection. And I guess that like leans into also being beautiful.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like perfect inside and out. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to feel about her when we first met her, like in the first episode, because I was like, oh, you own a beauty lab and you have 3 daughters, like,
oh, I didn't even think about that.
What are you teaching them?
Right.
Sort of thing. Obviously, we'll talk more about Heather Gay.
Sure.
Love Heather Gay.
Love her.
Love. But I wasn't sure how to feel about her, like early
on. She's got 3 daughters, and like I have to tell you, I look at their family and like I get really, really jealous because I'm like, God, I would have given anything growing up for a family like that. Like that, just like it feels like
she's such a cool mom.
She is.
Yeah. I feel like you could tell her anything.
Oh yeah, she married into money, like. Money, because like if you do any
the
digging,
Prince of Mormonism money.
Like have you ever like looked into his family though?
Yeah, scary. They're scary.
Oh, they're terrifying,
oh my
but
god!
Like, you know, whatever it takes.
Get your bag, Heather.
Heather loves rap music, gay people, and black men, and I'm a big fan of Heather. Like when she said that, I immediately liked her.
Yeah, I still like didn't know how to feel because I was like, okay, white lady, why are you saying that?
That's fair. I get that. Yeah.
But like I didn't know her.
Yeah.
Now I get her.
She's wonderful. We meet Meredith Marks at her house where she's getting ready to go on a hike with her husband Seth and her son Brooks. What did you think about Meredith? Like immediately.
I thought she was kind of boring.
I did too.
Yeah.
But like it's so funny now looking back on it because I'm just like I worship the ground she walks on and like I watched it like looking through the lens of everything I know now, and I'm like, God, she was so fabulous. But I remember, like, I used to not be able to tell the difference between her and Lisa Barlow. I thought they were the same person.
Oh.
I thought that Meredith was like,
I don't know. I just was like,
yeah,
boring.
So she and Seth have been together for 24 years. They have 3 kids, Reed, Chloe, and Brooks. Brooks is taking a year off of college to spend with his mom. He wanted to be on this show. Like, let's call it what it is. He's
and
on
good
that.
for him. If my mom was on reality TV, I would be like, hello.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, he's got that Next Gen show with Teresa Giudice's daughter. And
yeah, out of New York. Yeah.
Yeah. But I like Brooks. Let me start by saying this. I think Brooks is cool. He puts on this Paris Hilton voice in the first season, though, that Paris used to do in The Simple Life. And it bothers me.
But there's a 0% chance that Brooks has not seen The Simple Life, if we're being so honest.
1,000,000%, yeah.
If we're being so honest. Yeah. Love her now, but yeah, I thought she was kind of boring. I liked Lisa Barlow more.
Oh my God. I loved Lisa Barlow. So we meet her where she's trying to wake her kids up from school or for school. She's got that like word art above her kids' beds that you buy at Hobby Lobby. I was like, hustle and grind. Okay, Lisa.
Stage that house, mama.
Oh yeah. So, you know, John Barlow dated Lisa's sister before they got together. I thought that was so funny.
I did not know that.
So she presents it in the first season as, oh, they were just friends. I met her through, like, because they went on a mission trip together. And then come to find out, like, it was season 2 or 3 is when we find this out, that they actually dated. And Lisa, like, I don't know if she stole him, but, like, Lisa ended up with John, and I'm happy for her.
Yeah, whatever.
I also think John Barlow's really hot. Like, I think John Barlow is attractive.
Hot. And I love a man who's like, yes, honey, do what you want.
Oh, I love him.
Love.
So my favorite thing that Lisa says is, I know other Mormons care that I have a tequila brand. What matters is that I don't.
Yeah.
I thought that was so kind. I was like, she is.
I love her. I think she's so cunty.
I love Lisa Barlow.
I love that her sons' names are Jack and Henry. Those were my dog's names growing up.
I love that. So we're meeting all the women individually, and then we see like the relationship starting to happen. So Jen goes to Beauty Lab to get Botox in her armpits for sweating. I thought that injector doctor was really cute.
Yeah. I don't remember.
And then Jen presents the idea that we're going to throw Meredith at the birthday party because we have to have a reason to get everyone together and whatever. We go over, we meet Whitney Rose where she's getting ready for a vow renewal at her house. And I also hate this trope on Real Housewives where they do the vow renewals. I hate it so much.
I know people in real life who have renewed their vows.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So.
I kind of get it if like something happened. Like if someone cheated and you guys were separated and now you're back together, I get renewing your vows. It's like a restart. I don't think you need to do it just because. Though, you know what I mean? I feel like there should be a reason. Anyway.
So Justin is 18 years older than Whitney. They met at work while they were both still married, and they ended up getting married while Whitney was 5 months pregnant. And this got them excommunicated from the Mormon church.
Don't let your husband keep you from finding your husband.
You're not wrong. They have 2 kids. Whitney's 4th great-grandfather was Joseph Smith's bodyguard. So that's kind of how she fits into this beautiful Mormon picture. So it's a big deal that she was excommunicated from the church.
Yeah.
And I thought the best part of the vow renewal was when Whitney's cousin, who was wasted, stops Whitney on the stairs and apologizes for not believing that the marriage would work out.
You know what? Good on that. I thought this when I was watching it too. Good on you for saying it.
Honestly, and I appreciate that she was honest. I really do.
Because I don't think they hid it from her at the time that they did not approve.
Oh, no, they didn't.
So for them to turn around and be like, you know what? I'm glad you guys are happy. That took some courage, some bravery.
I agree.
I'm glad they said it. Anyway, moving on to Meredith's house.
Yes. So Jen and Lisa go over to Meredith's house. We find out that Lisa and Meredith have been friends forever. And then Jen met Lisa a couple of years back at a Sundance festival. I have a feeling that Jen is one of these people, and knowing everything we know now, this actually kind of makes sense. I have a feeling that Jen, like, found people that were, like, higher up with, like, Sundance or whatever, like, where Lisa Barlow is literally running part of Sundance, and she's like, I need to get in with her. Like, and she was, like, a really good networker with that, because I could see Jen being very good at networking. And I think that's how...
Also, Sundance, if you didn't know, huge deal in Salt Lake City. Huge deal.
Massive deal. Like, well, and it's, well, not anymore, because this is the last year or next year's the last year they're doing it in Salt Lake City.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where
it's
are they
moving to
moving
Boulder, Colorado. Oh. Should we go before the, should we go in 2026?
I don't care to go to a film festival, if I'm being honest.
Fair enough.
I don't know. If I thought I would run into Heather Gay or Lisa Barlow, then I would go. But
I would.
I don't think we would see them.
No, I'm sure we wouldn't.
Oh, and this is where Lisa gets shady towards Heather.
So this is where I started to develop a little bit of like a thing with Lisa, where I'm just like, oh, you're going to be a little bit of a wild card this season.
I think she just says whatever comes into her brain, and she like just doesn't filter it out.
Yes. I think you're right.
And I kind of admire that.
I don't know if you've gotten to that episode in the second season yet, that this really, really is true. But like,
oh,
yes, that she does do that. Let's see. Go ahead.
So Lisa says that Heather, she doesn't really remember Heather from college, but what she does remember is that Heather was a good time girl.
And she used to flash her titties.
Like, okay. If you don't remember her, how do you remember that was my question.
That, and also, like, this is one of those things where, like, this was a weird fight to have for me. Like, if Heather flashed her tits, she flashed her tits. Like, whatever. Like,
why did you say that on Bravo, though?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
It was weird. We meet Mary Cosby while she's getting ready to go to dinner with she's getting to dinner with Whitney.
Yeah.
Mary Cosby dresses like a character from a storybook. Like, I think she is a mythical creature.
I mean, I'm all for it, to be honest. The closet is closeting.
The closets.
Yeah. Which
are bedrooms.
Yes. I think she's fabulous. I do. Something about her was so off to me. She gives very disingenuous.
I don't know if it's disingenuous. We'll get into this, but I think there's something there that, like, she needs to go to therapy for. I'm just going to say this, but, like, it's also connected to Whitney tells us everyone in Salt Lake City knows the story about Mary and her step-grandfather. And Mary has been married to her step-grandfather for 21 years because Mama Cosby, who is Mary Cosby's grandmother, before she passed, said to Robert Sr., when I die, I want you to marry one of my girls because they'll be good to you.
Allegedly. I don't know. It's been so the thing is, right? Mm-hmm. It's this whole shady situation, but they've been married now for 21 years.
That's the part where I struggle with it a little bit, because it's just like,
at what point do I just accept what's happening?
If you're happy, if you like it, I love it. My concern is that
they don't like it.
She was trapped. Like, I feel like she was trapped in a marriage.
My question from the very beginning is, where was her mother?
So that was the whole thing, is we do find out about this. Like, the mom was mad that she didn't marry Robert Sr.
Oh, I do remember us getting into that. But
and, like, the mom wanted to take the church, and, like, she, like, split off half the congregation. Like, we'll get into it, because
with her mom. I do remember that now.
The Bravo docket gets into this, though, where, like, they do a deep dive into what happened with the mom and Mama Cosby and everyone. The whole thing is...
We'll have to get into that a different time. I can't even...
That is a lot. We go back to Jen's house. Oh, wait, hang on. So
She's the first lady.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
She's the first lady of Faith Temple Church that she inherited from her grandma. I've been to churches like this. I'm uncomfortable with the church itself. I'm just going to tell you that. Like,
it gives a little culty from episode 1.
Yes.
It's like
the crying, the speaking in tongues, like the whole thing. And like, if you believe it, great.
I just feel like I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't believe in something or you shouldn't go to church or you shouldn't. But as an outsider looking in, I'm uncomfortable.
Yes. And then we go head first into, there was a conversation between Jen and Mary where Mary apparently said something smelled like hospital. And
she said Jen smells like hospital. She said Jen.
Oh, okay. So she said Jen smells like hospital.
But she knew that Jen had just come from visiting her aunt who had to get her leg amputated.
Did she know that?
Yes.
Okay.
She admits to knowing that.
Okay. Maybe I missed her saying I thought she admitted to saying it. I didn't. Okay. Like, the whole thing, this was also a wild fight. Like, this was one of those things where I'm just like, Jesus God.
I feel like they weren't one-on-one. They were at a dinner with other people. Mm-hmm. Don't tell someone they smell bad unless you're offering them perfume or deodorant.
That's okay. That's a good point.
Don't say that.
You smell like hospital.
Okay, and here's the other thing. You're the first lady of a church, and you're gonna shit on someone for smelling like hospital?
I don't think Mary lives out a lot of the values sometimes.
No.
I'm just gonna say that.
And but it's also like, I know that you're clocking what you're saying. You're on a stage once a week, every single week. Once a week minimum, by the way, probably twice. Mm-hmm. And I know that you're watching what you say and you just don't care. You said that to hurt her feelings, and
I just popped my neck, and it was like the biggest release of like, oh my God, so good.
That. Anyway,
we go back to Jen's house where they're getting ready for the party. Jen's walking around, and like I think I loved this about Jen in the beginning, and then I was just like, God, this would be grating if I had to be with her every single day. But she's walking around with one of those like reverb microphones and just like screaming into it.
I know that if I were on her team, her Shah squad of 18 assistants, I would want to die.
Oh, yeah.
I could not work for Jen Shah. I'm so sorry. I love her, and I could not work for her.
This is a question that comes up for me, and like even with the amount of money that was coming in that we know about now, how the fuck was she paying? She has like 7 people working for her. How the fuck was she paying all them?
No idea.
Anyway.
No idea.
So they're getting ready for it. That would aggravate the ever loving fuck out of me. Heather shows up, and we find out that Coach Shaw doesn't know anything about the party. We're hiding things from her husband, which is this is not the only thing that Jen's hiding from her husband.
And it seemed so natural. She was like, what? He'll literally never know. Like she had done it a million times.
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah. Anyway. Yeah. They unpack the good time girl comment, and Heather gets triggered. And then this is the first time we hear about a recurring theme that comes up where Lisa is very dismissive of Heather and also Whitney. Like, very, like, whatever. Like,
they don't, like, she for some reason doesn't want to be associated or something.
Yes, yeah.
It's weird. I don't know. Oh, yeah. And then Seth Marks, Meredith Marks' husband, can't be in Utah for her birthday. And so he has Brooks setting up roses and candles for Meredith's birthday.
Jesus Christ.
And it is hard to watch. It is hard to watch.
It looks like there's a coffin on the coffee table. That's one.
Yeah.
2, I hate the idea of like rose petals, because I feel like, oh, it's beautiful in the moment, but then it's like, who the fuck's going to clean this up?
They have cleaners. There's no way Meredith Marks is cleaning.
Oh, she's never cleaned a day in her life. But I'm like, just the logistics of it for me. I'm like, I don't want this shit everywhere.
I don't like the smell of rose either. It's like very popular in like perfumes and stuff. Yeah. I know that, but I don't like that smell.
I could do without it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's 48. She's turning 48, but she lies about her age as she should. She still doesn't look 48 years old as we're recording this.
So she said that if she, like, when she lies about her age, she says she's 35. I also say that I am 27, so God bless.
And that's fine. I think it's beautiful to lie about your age. When someone asks how old you are, you should really tell them how old you feel.
I ask people, how old do you think I am?
Kenny does that too.
I love that game.
I think once you turn 30, you start doing that.
I love to watch them squirm. But I would have bought that she was like in her very early 40s, 100%.
Yeah. And she has not aged since season 1. If anything, she looks younger now.
I think so. Yeah. She's had good work done. If she has had work, I don't know.
Mama.
I worship the ground she walks on. Let me have it. We get to the party. I'm not mad about the shirtless men running around this party. I thought that was a nice touch.
I love it.
Heather looks gorgeous as she's walking up. She talks about the alcohol situation in Utah where Mormons, I guess, will hide in a corner and drink, and like it's a whole thing.
Well, we watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. We know they be drinking.
Right, but like, it's like we'll get into this eventually. But I'm like, who are you pretending for? They love to drink,
and then they also love to do a performative mocktail.
Yeah,
it's so weird. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
This girl Sarah walks in and. She was 100% supposed to be on the show, but a fun fact, she was at January 6th.
She was?
Yeah, the girl, like the one that comes in going, happy birthday, like that girl, she was at January 6th.
Ew! I'm glad they kicked her off the show.
Well, because there are several scenes that they filmed. She filmed with Whitney. I think they were set up to be like best friends in the show, but like, and you could tell they scrambled at the last minute to get her cut out of the show because like they talk about her for a part of the reunion
who
too.
You're talking about, yeah.
Lisa shows up. Her hair always looks incredible.
She's stunning. I love her.
Incredible. Whitney shows up, and I like Whitney. Let me say this: I like Whitney, but like she has two very different aesthetics. Like it's.
Her face card is insane.
It's beautiful.
She has a stunning face.
She's gorgeous, but like I think she had a hard time with the hair in the beginning because like that short hair, didn't love it.
And like her outfits are questionable from time to time, but also she has a killer body.
Oh my god, I would kill.
She's
for,
like
she's so
just
hot.
like stunning with no clothes on. That it's like whatever, girl, do what you gotta do.
She's so hot when she's like wearing leggings and a little sports bra. I'm like, god damn. I didn't love the look that she walked up with. I'll just
she has many questionable fashion choices. I will give you that.
Right. Meredith and Brooks roll up looking great, and Meredith goes, "This was never for me. This party was never for me."
And we knew that. We watched Jen plan this thing, and she did not mention Meredith, not a once.
Well, the producer was like, "What do Tongan dancers have to do with Meredith?" And Jen goes, "Nothing."
Nothing.
So, I love that. Heather's eating a meatball on a stick, and I love that.
I love a good meatball. I would have had 60 of those things.
Jen comes out with a 3-foot tall birthday cake, and the guy that pops out of the birthday cake, I was super into that guy.
Well, you can't have an ugly guy pop out of a cake.
Well, that's fair. Jen pulls Mary aside to talk about the hospital smell comment, and apparently Mary had to get all of her odor glands removed, and they lost her on the table twice, and that's why the smell is so triggering to her.
And she has okay, so let me just say this. Almost everyone who's been to a hospital has a bad relationship with hospitals.
Sure.
It's not a fashion mall. It's not like, oh my God, you smell like Brooks Brothers. One time I got shot in a Brooks Brothers. No. The hospital is where you go for horrible, horrible things.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no one likes the smell and no one likes a hospital.
No.
You're not special, Mary.
The whole thing to me was like, I wish Mary just would have been like, yeah, I said it. Like, it was a weird comment, whatever. The fact that this spanned an entire fucking season, like...
It comes back over
God
and over
almighty.
and over. And if she would have just said, I shouldn't have said that, I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Just at any point.
Yeah.
But she has to make it about her.
Yes.
Which is a huge problem I have with Mary.
By the way.
Everything's about Mary.
Okay. You're not wrong.
By the way, what?
By the way, so does Jen. But like.
Oh, for sure. And that's why I feel like this goes on for so long. Because a normal person would see Mary not apologize for saying something horrible and be like, okay.
But that's, yeah, like at some point, and this is something that Jen's incapable of, we come to find out, Jen cannot just say, oh, she's not living in the same reality I am. And you cannot just move on from that. Like, what do you do?
I do feel like sometimes Jen does that because she wants to preserve, like, the realness of their relationship. Like, she wants to be real friends. Like, I see that with her and Heather in season 2. Like, I think she's like, well, I'm not going to forgive Heather until I hear what I need to hear because I want our relationship to stay the same. I want us to be on the same wavelength. But with Mary, you just got to be like, Mary, girl, I don't know what type of... I don't know what you're on.
You're good, girl.
Like, we don't have to be friends. I don't know.
There was a woman named Carrie floating around the party that was so desperate to be on camera, and she comes up and confirms that Mary did, in fact, make the hospital smell comment. And Mary just goes, yeah, I said it. And you smell like that, too.
Mary girl.
I thought it was so funny.
Mary girl, just say you're sorry.
And then we move on to this, and this is probably one of my favorite comments from the entire season. I'm going to read it verbatim. This all feels ridiculous to me, and Mary proceeds to get into a confessional and say, I don't know what you want me to do about your aunt. Her legs are gone. Why are you getting your legs cut off at 60? That means your diet's bad, you know? It's just like she didn't eat right. Like, drink water.
No! This wasn't about the aunt. You didn't even have to bring her up.
I'm so glad she did, though. I'm so happy she did. When she was saying that, I was so like
dead. I remember this clear as day. Like, I can see in my brain her saying that because I was like, Mary.
I forgot that this scene happened, and I was like, oh, this is why Mary got cast on the show.
Yeah.
This is it.
She'll say anything.
Her diet's bad.
Her diet's bad.
Why are you getting your legs cut off at 60? What?
Mary.
What?
Meanwhile, you have to get all your odor glands cut out.
Mary, meanwhile, you're married to your step-grandfather.
Glass house, Mary. Oh my God.
And then we get this thing that becomes a recurring theme with Jen going into like the end of the episode where she storms off and it's like this hulking out, like, don't disrespect my family. And I'm like,
she's a crash out.
Yes.
She just is.
I love her or hate her, Jen is good TV, but like there is like, it always feels like you're probably so stressed out being around her because it's like, oh my God, when is she going to start screaming? When is she going to start screaming?
Yeah.
So that brings us to the end of the first episode, and we get a to be continued at the end, in the middle of Meredith's party. But my question for you is, who would you want to be friends with from the first episode?
Me?
Yes.
So, first episode alone, Lisa Barlow.
Okay.
I loved her.
Okay.
And I was like, yes, give the Mormons tequila.
I love that.
Yes, have your little boys. And also, isn't the first episode when they they went through like 3 different drive-through fast food places to get food for everyone? Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll talk about that when we get there.
Because I've done that before too.
I'm obsessed with Lisa Barlow. Like from episode 1, loved her. Mm-hmm. Who would you want to be friends with?
I think also Lisa.
Yeah.
I really,
I know
really,
you don't like her now, but
I go back and forth with her. I think she'll grow on me this coming season just from what I've seen like in the news.
Yeah.
But I think I would have been friends with Lisa. I think Lisa's really cool. And I also think she's probably super like fun to be around, like just as friends. Like she probably has the greatest parties.
Yeah. She seems like very chill, but also like she's not taking shit from anybody either. No. Like, I love that. I don't know. Love her. Love her.
Dear listener, that brings us, I know this is kind of abrupt. We're only covering 1 episode today. We'll do 2 or 3 next time, but Emma has to go get Jack from school and I have to go take to the bed because I am tired and I need a nap. But from Indy to Argentina and Australia. We love you, Emma.
We love you so much. I'm so happy people in Australia are listening to us. Australia is definitely bestie approved, except for all the critters.
Yeah, that's hard. But we love you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next week.
Mwah!